So in this ACT math video, we're going to take a look at the law of sines. And in this triangle, you have two angles that are given, and you have a side that's given, and we have to find the length of side EF. So at this point, you can stop the video and try to solve it on your own, or you can continue with the video and we'll work right into the solution. So SOH-CAH-TOA, which involves the hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent sides, only apply to right triangles. When you don't have a right triangle, we have to use other formulas to help us find missing sides and angles. One of those formulas we use is called the law of sines. So now what you see in front of you is the formula for the law of sines, but I don't really want you to think of it in terms of that manner. This is the way I want you to think of it. I want you to think of it as the sine of an angle divided by its opposite side has to equal the sine of another angle divided by its opposite side. If you think of it in that manner, it doesn't even matter what letters are associated with the angles and sides of the triangle. And one last thing I'd like to mention about the law of sines, you have to know at least one angle side pair to use this formula. So in other words, you have to know at least one angle and its opposite side in order to use the formula. So now let's get to the problem. So looking at the problem, right now we do not have an angle side pair. We don't know at least an angle and its opposite side already, but we can make one. Recall that the angles of a triangle have to add up to 180. So I can actually find angle F, this angle right here. And angle F is going to equal 180 minus the two angles. And that will give us 25 degrees. So now I know that this angle is 25 degrees. And now we have our angle side pair. And we'll use this other angle side pair since we got to find x. And now we can use our formula. So the law of sines says that the sine of an angle over its opposite side has to equal the sine of another angle over its opposite side. And so we'll need to solve this equation. The easiest way to solve this equation is just to cross multiply. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm just rewriting the problem. We'll get the cross multiplying. So cross multiplying the diagonals, we're going to end up with x times the sine of 25 degrees has to equal 30 times the sine of 85 degrees. And so from there, sine of 25 is just a number. You can easily throw that into your calculator and figure out what the value is. So all x really is doing is being multiplied by a number. So if I want to get rid of multiplication, I just do the opposite. I divide on both sides. So I'm going to divide by sine of 25 on both sides. Those will cancel. And so now x is going to equal 30 times the sine of 85 degrees divided by the sine of 25 degrees. Because they didn't ask for a decimal, we'll just leave it just like that. And the answer is A. So another way to solve this equation is to change everything to decimals and then solve the problem. Now just keep in mind, if you do it this way, it's going to take longer to solve it, but it'll still get the job done. So changing the sine of 25 to a decimal, you're going to get 0.4226 over 30. And that has to equal, sine of 85 as a decimal is 0.9962 over x. So this would be the equation we would need to solve. And once again, we can solve that by cross multiplying. 0.4226 over 30 has to equal 0.9962 over x. And cross multiplying, you're going to get 0.4226x equaling 30 times 0.9962. And if you work that out, that's going to be 0.4226x equaling 29.8860. And then to cancel out multiplication, we can divide on both sides. So now x is going to equal 29.8860 divided by 0.4226, which gives you about 70.72. Now that we know the answer is about 70.72, now you can change your answer choices to decimals and see which one matches up. And if you change them to decimals, it looks like the one that's going to match up is A. So the final answer is A. Go ahead and visit mathonthefly.com, where we have over 100 ACT math worksheets that covers a variety of topics. And while you're at it, go ahead and join our mailing list to get updates on what's going on. And we also have an ACT math book that's in paperback form on Amazon or also in PDF form. Hope you liked the video, and we'll see you in the next video.